Back here at ValleyCentral.com on a Saturday, and here come the Chargers of Veterans Memorial. Harlingen Cardinals already made their trek across the field. 10-0 the score. Cardinals leading this ball game. Kevin Naro. Both teams had a chance to talk at halftime. So did we. Cardinals in control, leading this game 10-0, but they're also very well in the know that they are in a battle here today with this Charger team.
Yeah, despite them leading 10-0, I don't see them being satisfied with it. With the way they performed in the first half, their offense had plenty of opportunities. As for the Charger defense, those opportunities slipped literally right through their fingertips, and 2 dropped interceptions. And then their offense, they really got to get something going here if they want to pull out an upset victory today. And they only trailed by 10 points, so and somewhat of a more victory in favor of the Memorial Chargers.
Yeah, you take a look at the what-if scenarios, and more so on the Chargers than the Cardinals because of the fact that the 2 interceptions could have ended the drives that ended up putting the only points on the board. Back-to-back possessions there. And then you look at the what-if in the passing game. The flea flicker, wide-open receiver behind everybody, and that pass went incomplete versus went for 6. Football blows off the tee. Here's the Charger kicker teeing it up once again. I want to say hello to Roy Perez listening to us, watching the game in Crawford, Texas, rooting for the Cardinals. Here's a high kickoff by the Chargers. This is returnable by the Cardinals from inside their 5. Bring it out to the 10-yard line and to the 15, out across the 20-yard line and the 25 on the return by Jordan Ramirez. And the Cardinals will send their offense on the field. Into the win, they'll go in the third quarter. Kevin Naro, we saw a drastic difference in their success with the offense, moving the ball with the win versus against the win.
Yeah, now they're going into the win. So now, again, like you said, the offense, a big question mark. Are they going to open up their passing game, or will they try and stick to the run?
They will be 1st and 10, football at their 27-yard line. 1st and 10 here on a Saturday. Started the game in the 11 o'clock hour. Cardinals with the football in a 10-0 lead. Brandon Garza's led the way throughout the ball game as the quarterback, most times in a shotgun formation. Lines up with Fidencio Gonzalez in the backfield this time. He'll be the 3rd tailback used tonight for the Cardinals. Pass play on 1st down, across the 30-yard line. Vasquez gives up a little ground. Ends up gaining short yardage on the play. 2nd down after a 4-yard gain. Call it 6 yards to go.
Yeah, and just a simple out route ran by Vasquez. And again, I want to see the continuation of this smooth and crisp route running from the Cardinal receiving corps.
2nd down, well, after the mark down, they will give him the forward progress out across the 5. I thought he gave up a yard on that, on the back pedal. But 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 for the Cardinals. Opening drive of the second half of the Cardinals up 10-0. Garza, shotgun formation once again. Keeps 2 backs back there for protection. They'll run the ball left-hand side, and that will go for very short yardage. Fidencio Gonzalez there, and Kevin Naro. Right now you can see this Harlingen Cardinal team running the football. It's back to suspect at best as far as do they have a legitimate running attack.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big question mark going forward. If this team wants to be successful in the playoffs, you're going to be going up against a lot of tougher defense when you can make an offense one-dimensional.
3rd down, about 3 yards to go for the Cardinals. Garza out of a shotgun formation. They'll utilize the strategy of taking a look at the defense, getting the play from the sidelines, and then get the snap off. Under 6 to go on the play clock. Pass play, left side. Rosales catches, gets hit hard, out of bounds. 1st down, though, across the 42-yard line. Knocked out of bounds by Victor Aguilar, the sophomore cornerback. Sophomore, junior. That's all you're talking about, the youngsters of this Veteran Memorial team.
And I really think when you talk about the youth of this team, it's amazing how they've grown up right before our eyes, and it goes back to week 0 against the Tarpons when we really see this team start to grow up.
1st and 10 for the Harlingen Cardinals. Garza with a new set of downs. Ball out across his 43-yard line on 1st down play. Wants to throw again. Quick pass left side. Caught by Vasquez. Hit in the open field. Taken down after a 3-yard gain. Luis Molozzi again, a senior this time. Free safety for the Chargers. Makes the stop. Cardinals coming out with the passing game, the short passing game on this opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Football at their own 45-yard line. Garza sends a receiver out to the right-hand side. Keeps Gonzalez in the backfield, and he's going to run it himself. drives forward. Big, strong running back that he can become. Gains a couple more. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Cardinals.
Keep an eye on this short passing game because like the Rattlers, they like to lure the defensive backs in with the short passing game, then boom, go down the field, and they'll have a receiver wide open.
In most cases, they look at Steven Goska to slip behind everyone. He caught the touchdown pass in the first half for the Cardinals. They kicked a field goal to start the scoring. Touchdown pass to Goska. That's it. 10-0 the score. 3rd down play. Garza, deep drop over the middle. Overthrows everybody by a long shot. Incomplete pass. 4th down. Will the Cardinals send the punting team on the field?
Looks like they're changing units. And that just might be the case. But then again, you never know. We've seen some teams go for it or maybe with a hard count. It's only 5 yards. So if they were able to get them to draw them off sides, it'd be an automatic 1st down.
Still, it's just so different how the Cardinals look with the wind in their face versus in their back. And remember, they're going to have wind at their back in the 4th quarter. Chargers send a return man deep back to his own 10-yard line. I don't think they'll ever kick it there. Chargers take a timeout, though, before the punt. Cardinals lead this one 10-0. Live streaming action from Sam Stadium in Brownsville. Kevin Narrow to my right. I'm Joe Bowling here in Brownsville on ValleyCentral.com, where later on today it'll be the Pigskin coming your way. Band competition taking place in San Benito and in Palmview at La Jolla. And 2 good venues, and it looks like right now, if the weather is what we're seeing, other than the wind, it's not going to be a bad day for Pigskin.
Not a bad day as well. Speaking of the wind, I was really starting to think about what you said, how it affects the offense and a team like the Cardinals. And once they get into the playoffs or towards the tail end of the season, the weather will become a factor because you're not playing in September. You're playing in November and maybe into December. The weather starts to change. And teams like this, when you like to throw the ball, and if you don't have a running game to lean on, then you become one-dimensional, and that's when the teams really start to falter in the playoffs.
Cardinals, of course, eyeing a big date with the Harlingen South Hawks. That comes up in 2 weeks. That's going to be the blockbuster back-to-back nights as far as big games streamed on ValleyCentral.com that are non-playoff games, but they will have every bit of the big game playoff feel. Punting time for the Cardinals after the timeout. High end-over-end kick, and it's a short kick. They'll get away from it. Cardinals will down it, but it's going to be dropped at the 27-yard line of the Chargers. 1st and 10. Charger defense gets the stop. Offense going to have to take advantage of this win, though.
Yeah, they're going to have to take advantage of it, and this is the first drive, and I think it's a very important drive for the Chargers. Coming out in the second half, they got to establish something offensively. The first half, they were unable to put up any points. Were able to drive the ball down the field, unable to capitalize.
Chargers once again started this ball game without the services of their starting quarterback for the season, Marcus Castillo, and Derek Rodriguez. Stays into the ball game, hands the ball off, and a big hole opens up. Out across the 35 to the 37-yard line, Omar Rodriguez. This is what we saw. First possession by the Chargers. Quick pace and a running game opening up some big holes.
Yeah, if they could just use that first drive as a blueprint, I think the Chargers will be all right. They got to establish the run game to open up the passing game.
10 yards plus on the carry by Omar Rodriguez, the sophomore tailback. Was the backup tailback, as Derek Rodriguez was their starting tailback, but he's a quarterback today. 1st down play. Omar again dances into the secondary in a hurry as he gains 5.5 yards. He's past the line before anyone's touching him from the Cardinals from a defensive perspective.
So the sun's starting to peek out here at Sam, so the weather looks good. Just the wind's the only factor.
Brings up a 2nd down and 4 after a 6-yard carry on 1st down for the Chargers at Veterans Memorial. 8:18 to go, 3rd quarter action, 10-0 to score. Harlingen on top. Derek Rodriguez behind blocking, has some room. Midfield and more. 45 to the Cardinal, 40, 35-foot race, 30, 25. Makes the move, takes on a tackler inside the 15-yard line, and down goes the quarterback, Derek Rodriguez. He took on Gilbert Bermea. Big-time carry there.
Yeah, big-time carry is correct, and the spark that the Chargers needed, number 11, doing it all for the Chargers on this drive.
Well, again, he was the starting tailback all season long, and that's what Coach David Cantu talked to me about. He said, it's not the substitution from quarterback because we're not hurting there. It's where we lose that big tailback. He goes, but when he's running the football, Joe, I'm comfortable with him running the football. 1st down play, Chargers inside the Cardinal 15-yard line. Running play, Omar Rodriguez, left side to the 10, to the 5. Penalty flag, he's in the end zone, but they're going to bring it back.
Yep, it's going to be a holding call.
They're going to bring this one back. Hold against the Chargers. Take points off the board. You'll hear the groan immediately.
Yep, just another backbreaker there for the Chargers just when they catch a breaker, when they get on the board.
But wow, what an impressive first drive here. That'll be another penalty that's a big, costly penalty against this Charger team. The pass interference call earlier in the ball game, and now this one takes points off the board. Still first down for the Chargers. Ball back outside the Cardinal 20-yard line at the Harlingen 24. Rodriguez runs it himself, hit, driven down. Big time tackle made by the Cardinals there. Nobody put a body on. Who was that?
That was Emmanuel Mena on the tackle. Really broke through the offensive line and put a big stop there for his defense.
This is what we've seen over and over. The Harlingen Cardinals defense capitalizes on anything negative and turns it into more negative. Before you know it, that's third and long. Right now it's second down, a long 20 yards to go plus. They'll run the ball. Derek Rodriguez, he falls forward but gains 1 or 2. And now third down for the Chargers. They were marching, Kevin Naro. They were in the red zone, and now suddenly you got to take a gamble against a defense that can bring some heavy pressure.
Yeah, that penalty really changed the pace of this drive. They had a touchdown. They were able to get on the board, but it was negated by the holding penalty. You just can't make mistakes like that against a very good team like the Cardinals, and especially in this area of the field.
Clock running with 6:25 left here in the third quarter of play. Harlingen Cardinals on the road, leading 10-0 over Brownsville Veterans Memorial Chargers. Chargers, though, best field position of the game, deepest penetration yet. Rodriguez takes a snap, wants to throw, play action over the middle, intercepted inside the 5. Cardinals on the return across the 15 to the 20-yard line, 23, penalty flag on the play. But there it is again, Kevin Naro, all because of the penalty. Your play calling changes, and that Cardinal defense capitalizes on opportunities.
Yeah, that was Elijah DeLeon really stepped in front of that pass. He had his man down the seam.
They'll call a penalty on the return, a block in the back against the Cardinals. This is going to march them backwards. And what a change in the atmosphere here at Sam Stadium in Brownsville for the Chargers of Veteran Memorial. They had points on the board, take them off as a result of a hold, and now the turnover. Cardinal football, and their offense gets the ball, i.e. deep in their own territory, but nonetheless, defense holds to the shutout, 10-0 the score. Offense moved the ball, and you get that win at your back in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's just another tough break there for the Chargers. They were able to get in the end zone, negated by the penalty, and then the big interception.
First down play for the Harlingen Cardinals. Brandon Garza out of a shotgun. Now they have shown the tendency to go deep when you catch an opponent reeling on their heels. Garza hands the ball off. They'll run it left side. Yellerson Castillo turns it upfield. He gets hit, gives up some ground, and down he goes. He thought he could turn back against the grain, but there was lots of pursuit behind. Short gain for Castillo. They'll give him a kind forward progress spot. And I'm not sure on that one, Kevin, because after he was hit, he bounced off and tried to run again, and that's usually where you mark the ball down on the next carry.
Luckily for the Chargers, they're only going to give him 1 yard. Scoreboard indicates 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 with 5:27 to go in the third quarter. Harlingen Cardinals on top 10-0. This drive after the interception by the Cardinal defense. Garza out of a shotgun. Drops back, looks to throw, fires it deep, ball over the middle, caught inside the midfield stripe, Charger territory and more. Vasquez gives up some ground, tackled at the 40-yard line, penalty flag on the play. I think it's going to be pass interference against the Chargers. Big completion. Brandon Vasquez gets it from Brandon Garza.
Yeah, just all hands there from Vasquez. Nice grab. With a penalty, still able to make that grab.
How about that pass into the wind? Brandon Garza, right on the money to Brandon Vasquez. A lot of people have already started to draw up some scenarios that if the playoffs work out right, Harlingen could square off with Sherryland once again this season. What a firework display that could be between two teams that can throw the football. 1st and 10. I'm still looking forward to that Bird Bowl. I think it's going to be some kind of magic on a Friday night in Harlingen. First down play for the Cardinals. Pitch out left side, Castillo. Tries to get to the corner, tripped up, down he goes. He'll lose a couple of yards on the play. Yallerson Castillo, then a penalty flag comes in, and they're going to get Castillo extracurricular after the carry. And he gets the pleasure of going over to see Manny Gomez, who won't come talk to him just yet, but that's on film. And he won't put up with that kind of stuff, I can assure you.
Ibarra was the guy who really made the initial contact. So, again, the Charger defense really starting to step up. They're just a little suspect in that secondary.
Second down. This drive, once again, on the backside of the Chargers missing an opportunity in which they had the ball. 1st and 10 at the 14. Had a touchdown on a carry. Called back as a result of a hold. And then the ultimate result of the drive was a intercepted pass. And now the Harlingen Cardinals have the ball. They'll face a second down, and this is a big one. Second down and 30 yards to go. They got to take it to the Veteran Memorial, 28 to get a first down. Second down play for Brandon Garza. What do you draw up here?
Really, they're stacking him up on the right side, so I'll look for them to attack that secondary. They've been doing really well so far.
Watch Steven Gasca over there isolated on the left side. Garza drops back, waits, looks, heaves it right side, caught on the sideline, short of first down yardage, and then a penalty comes in at the backside of this play. Nice catch, though, by Brandon Vasquez. Vasquez elevated, climbed the ladder to catch it. Penalty came in behind that. It was more extracurricular. This time I think they're going to get the Chargers. That's where the finger pointing's going right now. How about that catch, though, by Vasquez, Kevin?
Yeah, he's putting on a display here to, the not only the impressive route running, but it's all hands.
Chargers fully believe this penalty's coming against them. That's against Harlingen.
Yeah, I'd kind of seen some of the offensive line kind of tapping him on the helmet saying, hey, what are you doing? That's Steven Zapata who committed that penalty.
So, well, they'll mark it off from where the catch was made. Now there's some confusion as to where they're going to spot the football. They're marking it back at the line of scrimmage. Cardinals are going to get a 3-yard gain out of this deal on a personal foul. That happened, I guess, after the tackle was made, which means the play stands and then you mark the penalty yards off. Second down, a bunch to go for the Harlingen Cardinals. Call it 27. Garza looks to throw, has time over the middle. It's going to be picked off by the Chargers at the 35. 40, right side midfield, and they finally hang on to one of those. Couple of opportunities. This time, they capitalize.
Victor Aguilar gets a chance to redeem himself, and you're just looking at that route running from C.J. Gallegos, kind of running to the outside. Garza was throwing to the inside, so miscommunication between the quarterback and the wide receiver, and finally the Chargers break through, get the big interception. Their offense is back out onto the field.
And here come the Chargers offense. They've had the ball once in this second half. Got it in the red zone, came up empty on the scoreboard with 4:08 remaining. That's all they've got as far as time with their wind at their back on this first down play from the midfield stripe, dead center of the field. Derek Rodriguez takes a snap, keeps it himself on a read, runs forward, not much there.
It's just really interesting how this game is unfolding. The Cardinals are really just handing the Chargers this football game. It's just a matter of who wants it more.
Gilbert Bermea on the tackle that time for the Harlingen Cardinals. Gain of a yard, second down and 9 coming up for the Chargers with 3:45 left in the third quarter. They trail 10-0. Rodriguez takes a snap again, hands it off to Omar Rodriguez. Bermea again in there, stuffs it for a loss on a play of about 2. Gilbert Bermea back-to-back stops. This Cardinal defense suddenly feeling the urgency that, okay, maybe it's on our back to protect this 10-point lead.
Coming into this game, we would think shootout would be written all over it. These two offenses have the potential to put up a lot of points. No one would have guessed it'd be a 10-0 game in the third quarter.
Third down play coming up for the Chargers. This has been a difficult area for them to execute. On a blitz, they'll run the ball right side, got some room, and it's going to be about a 7 or 8 yard gain. And decision time as Omar Rodriguez was tripped up, short of a first down. Kevin, momentum, field position, wind at your back, fourth down on your home field. Do you go for it with 2:47 left in the third?
Well, I'd say you go for it. You got nothing to lose. You're on your home field, like you said. They finally get the big play on defense.
Fourth down. Harlingen Cardinal defense could send a big wave of momentum across the field to their side if they can get a stop on this play. Derek Rodriguez sets him up. Play clock at 5. Takes a snap, keeps it himself. They blow it dead. Timeout called by the Chargers, and I think the Cardinals would have shut that down. Opportunistic timeout by the Chargers.
Yeah, that's their second timeout of the half, so they only have one timeout in their back pocket. It looks like if they were overloading the right side of the offensive line, and a good timeout call. They want to retalk this one over, see what their offensive coordinator Scott Robb can muster up. It's a big play. If they can keep this drive going and maybe find the end zone. Yeah, we've been saying it time and time again. It's only a 10-0 lead. We should really be talking 14-10 Chargers. That big drop pass on the flea flicker, then the touchdown negated by the penalty. So if you want to really look back and dissect this football game, the Chargers, not very impressive, or rather the Cardinals, not very impressive here today.
No, well, they're up 10-0, so you look at it from that perspective and say, you win games ugly sometimes.
Yep.
But, yeah, you're right. And I think it's a direct result of this win. I keep overstating it perhaps, but it really, truly is playing a factor in how the Cardinal offense looks especially. Fourth down play coming up for the Chargers. Rodriguez takes a snap, keeps it himself, runs left side, hitting the backfield, drives forward, will not get it. Cardinals get the stop. Rodriguez on the carry, won't make it despite his efforts. Big time tackle made by the Cardinals. Looked like Adrian Lopez got the stop.
Yeah, like you said, it looks like the Cardinal defense is really going to have to set the tone, and they're going to signal it first down Cardinals, and a big stop again on fourth down.
Brings out the Cardinal offense, and 2:12 remaining here in the third quarter. Quickly played third here at Sam Stadium in Brownsville on a Saturday morning. Charger team, we looked at it, how they match up. Looking at the playoff perspective, that game against Hannah still is the big looming problem area for this Charger team. Setting up how much bigger that game with Los Fresnos is going to be. That's next week, right?
Yeah, we'll get to the scheduling in just a
down
moment here.
play for the Cardinals. Garza runs the option, keeps it himself, runs forward. He's going to gain a good 3 yards. 2:03 remaining here in the third quarter. Harlingen up 10-0.
Yeah, it just doesn't get any easier for the Chargers. They do square up against Los Fresnos next week, which has big-time playoff implications, as well as Brownsville, Hannah, and Brownsville, Rivera. If you're the Chargers, you want to go in and beat the Falcons, and you would hope Rivera would come away with a win against Hannah.
That would put you back in the contention for that fourth playoff spot. And you knock off Los Fresnos, and you're in a position where you could get some help and maybe jump them in the standings. Second down play. Garza for the Cardinals. Takes a snap, hands the ball off. Running play right side, they'll get the corner. Midfield stripe into Charger territory at the 45. Strong running by Fidencio Gonzalez. That'll be a first down for the Cardinals at the 44-yard line of the Chargers of Veterans Memorial.
Yeah, Harlingen South, like you said, they continue to roll with a 63-14 win against the Rivera Raiders in last night's game.
Harlingen South, Harlingen, both unbeaten in district play. Los Fresnos Falcons lost once. That was to this Cardinal team. First down play, pass play. Garza, right side, caught by Vasquez, makes a nice move, gets a couple of yards, and he gets stood up, and they'll blow the play dead. He made a nice move, but the guy that didn't bite on the move was Victor Aguilar, who stood him up in the open area and then got some help. Second down coming up, a nice 8 or 7 yard completion, though, by the Cardinals.
And McAllen Memorial really starting to peak at the right time. They got a big win last night, 61-15 against PSJ North.
Now this week they got a Westico East Ball Club. They get them at McAllen. And everyone said McAllen Memorial write them off early in the season. I kept saying, hang on. They're a much better team than you think. Second down play, pass play, Garza. Got a man. Rosales with the catch. Inside the 35. Stays on his feet. Finally driven backwards. That'll be enough for a first down to Mark Rosales. Of course, Trevor Spates on your team. It doesn't hurt a thing if you're McAllen Memorial, but they've found it. They really have. A couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, to a matter of fact, they got it going. And they have since found another gear for Coach Bill Littleton and staff, and they are in contention in the playoffs over there in that what was topsy-turvy last year, same case this year in that district.
Yeah, with their win last night and San Benito's loss, they were actually leapfrogged San Benito for the potentially third, fourth spot in the playoffs.
That'll be the final play of the third quarter. Harlingen Cardinals will finally get the wind at their back, and fans, if you're just tuning in, watch. You'll see a much different look to how their offense operates with the wind at their back. They lead 10-0. This is high school football on ValleyCentral.com. Kevin Narrow, Joe Bowling. Back after this. First play of the fourth quarter. Cardinals want to throw. Looking downfield, it's going to be caught by Gallegos with a diving catch. And they will call it a catch. Nice job, Garza to Gallegos. Threw it where only he could catch that pass.
So first play of the fourth quarter, the Cardinals, like you said, right out of the gate come out with their passing game. This time the wind is aiding them.
First down play back inside the red zone of the Chargers of Veteran Memorial. Cardinals up 10-0, looking for more. Garza will have a first down play, has two receivers either side of the field. Gasca and Rosales to the left side. Vasquez to the right side with Gallegos. Single back in the backfield. Garza wants to throw. Hit as he delivers the pass. It's going to be caught inside the 10-yard line, and Garza that time took a big-time hit as he delivered that pass.
Yeah, Jesus Guzman, really for the first time all afternoon, we've seen Garza's back on the turf.
Now call that an incompleted pass. I thought the receiver caught it and just kind of gently placed the football down. I mean, the official said he dropped it. Second down play coming up for the Harlingen Cardinals. That's the first, like you said, real pressure we've seen coming into the face of Brandon Garza. And he's still trying to shake off that hit. Second down play, the luxury there. If you're Manny Gomez and company, Garza is not small by any stretch. Big kid capable of sustaining some hits. Empty backfield, wants to throw again. Gets the pass away, overthrows his man, incomplete. Now you got to adjust against that with that wind at your back, Kevin.
Yeah, it's now that it favors them. You're kind of topsy-turvy here, but he had his man open. That was Gonzalez, just overshot him.
Brings up 3rd and 10 for the Harlingen Cardinals. They've been limited to a field goal and a single tally on the touchdown side. They lead it 10-0 in Brownsville against this Veterans Memorial Charger team. Shotgun formation for the Cardinals. Garza takes a snap, drops back to throw, has some time, feels some pressure now, runs with the ball. He's going to get it to the right side. He's got a first down as he steps out of bounds. Nice job on the read by Brandon Garza. Ends up running all the way through the track, nearly to the bleachers. Gets a big first down for the Cardinals. Containment early. Coverage was there. Somebody forgot that there was a quarterback that could run.
Yeah, and that's just the dangerous thing about it, because you're worried about the passing game, then all of a sudden he can sting you with the run.
First down and make it goal to goal for the Harlingen Cardinals from the 5-yard line. And this offense becomes double trouble dangerous now at this spot of the football field. Already up 10-0. Garza wants to get more on a shotgun. hands the ball off. Running play left side, that will go nowhere.
Again, Joey Bada, who's had a good game defensively in on that tackle. Your Tigers 13-3 against the Florida Gators. They're about to reach halftime.
And a baby, go Mizzou, M-I-Z-Z-O-U. Fidencio Gonzalez on that carry for the Cardinals. He gains less than a half a yard. 2nd and goal coming up for Harlingen, and this is where you look at all these receivers, and it's just a smorgasbord for selection purposes for Brandon Garza on 2nd and goal from the opponent's 4. Lines up in a shotgun. Gonzalez stays in the backfield with him. Garza wants to throw. Over the middle. Caught. Touchdown, Stephen Goska.
Goska wide open on that slant play. Beat him from the word go.
2nd time that the Garza-Goska connection results in 6. Harlingen up 16-0. And you could sense a different perspective in how the Cardinal offense was churning once that wind got at their back. Extra point coming up for the Harlingen Cardinals. Good snap, kick away, long high, and good. 17-0 the score. 10:26 left in the 4th quarter. Cardinals build a little cushion. Lead here 17-0.
Yeah, but they've been needing that cushion. Like I said, it was a 10-0 game for a majority of the ball game. The Chargers really having a lot of opportunities slip through their fingers. So if they want to make the playoffs, if they were to end up losing this game, they can still make it, but they'll have a big matchup and a must-win game against Los Fresnos at Los Fresnos, which similar types of offenses. Brandon Colon, one of the better route runners and sure-handed receivers we've seen. In the Falcons, they're a high-octane offense as well. It took them a while to get going, but their offense can put up a lot of points.
Falcons, of course, with that one district loss that came at the hands of the Harlingen Cardinals. They've yet to play Harlingen South. They have played Hanna, and they took care of business against the Hanna Golden Eagles. So for a team like this Chargers to hope they can vault over Los Fresnos in the standings, they would have to look at getting a win here, which is in jeopardy now, but most importantly get the win against Los Fresnos and then have to pull off another win down the stretch.
But nevertheless, the future is bright for these Chargers. Lots of young talent on their team.
No doubt about that. Cardinals up 17-0. Kickoff by the Cardinals. Underway. Way up into the wind and through the uprights. And again, rolls back in. Look out, cheerleaders back there on the track as they're practicing. 10:26 left here in the ball game. Chargers will send their offense back on the field. Now they're down 17-0, and this is where this Cardinal defense becomes even more dangerous because now you got a team that is going to have to go more pass-oriented, and this Cardinal defense can come at you so many ways and put pressure on the quarterback, and that secondary can get another pick. Derek Rodriguez for the Chargers. Playing into the wind here in the 4th quarter. Takes a snap, hands it off. Omar Rodriguez is going to be dragged down. He'll gain maybe half a yard on the play.
Looks like a new ball carry. That's Tyler Gonzalez on the carry. So a new running back in for the Chargers.
Marcus Garcia on the stop for the Harlingen Cardinals. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. Gonzalez, a junior, stays back there in the backfield with Derek Rodriguez. Rodriguez wants to throw over the middle. Got a man. 35-yard line. First down across the 40-yard line. Little slant route, and Alfonso Vela, a sophomore wide receiver, gets the first down. Out across to the 41-yard line. For the Veterans Memorial Chargers, who trail 17-0, 9:44 left in this ball game. New play from the sideline for the Chargers. Rodriguez, shotgun formation. Sees a blitz coming, going to run up the middle. Got through a couple of tacklers to the 46, got stood up there. 5-yard gain. He ran right into the middle of that blitz and still gained yardage on the play.
So as we're starting to reach the tail end of district play, we're starting to really shape and form of the way these districts are going to play out. And like we were talking about this district and the crazy district that the PSJ Bears and the Weslaco East Weslaco is in. And we'll get into the Edinburgh North Sharyland district in just a moment.
Let's talk about that after this snap. How about that? Second down play, Chargers. Option, quarterback going to throw it deep down the middle of the field, up for grab, caught inside the 25-yard line, penalty flag on the play, adjustment by receiver Ray Garza, and he makes the catch.
Fantastic grab, leaping up in all hands.
All right, let's talk about that district up there with Sharyland, Edinburgh North, the other blockbuster game shaping
and
up.
It's funny because that's the day right before the Cardinals and Hawks take on each other. Well, you look at it, you can say Sharyland, Edinburgh North, perhaps Donna, then Economidas with that win that they got.
Penalty against the Cardinals, that's declined. Go ahead.
Well, then again, you think about it, you say, well, if Vela would have gotten that win last week against Donna, then Vela would have been in the mix because they won last night. So a lot of what is for the SaberCats, but really the Jaguars are the team, or the most disappointing team this year in that district. They had a lot of expectations, potentially winning the district, but they really started to fall apart against Edinburgh North when they got shut out. Then they lost to Sharyland. I know you got to cover that game as well, but the Jaguars, Coach Benya has done a really good job, and the Jaguars looking to clinch that fourth spot in the playoffs.
That's all they want to do is get in, and from there they can regroup. First down play for the Chargers. Right side pass. That ball's incomplete. Perhaps footsteps heard that time. Zeke Marks, the receiver, the senior wideout, knew there was heavy pressure coming behind him.
Yeah, I was speaking with the linebackers coach, Michael Salinas from Edinburgh North. He was just telling me, that the defense for Edinburgh North, the difference in these previous years is the speed. He said he had never been around a defense that has as much speed as the Cougars do.
They'll bring the speed and probably to the nth degree against that Sharyland team. Running play, Chargers, and that one goes nowhere. Tyler Gonzalez tried to go left tackle, and there were more Cardinal jerseys than anything in that area of the football field. Loss on the play of 3, and just like this, another drive appeared to be moving downfield, and the Cardinal defense finds another gear, and the wall stands once again right in the face of the Chargers. Football at the 24-yard line of the Harlingen Cardinals on third down and long. Pass play over the middle. Caught again inside the 15. Close to first down yardage. They go right back to Garza.
Another big pitch and catch there from the Charger offense. And again, they're moving the ball downfield.
And a penalty on this play? They say it's incomplete.
Oh, wow.
Thought he caught that pass, Kevin Naro.
The officials saw something we didn't. Now that
appears though he got that ball. Now the Chargers will send the field goal unit in, and this is going to be a heck of an attempt here. 40-yard into the stiff breeze at Sam Stadium. Snapback's a good one. The kick is blocked by the Cardinals. Loose football. They'll pick it up. Cardinals get the blocked field goal, and their defense sustains the shutout.
Sustains is correct, and I'm not too sure about going for the field goal there. Maybe you eventually would need that field goal because you're down 17-14, so I can understand why you would elect to take the field goal.
Big lift for the Cardinals defense, and their offense will now step back on the football field, leading in this game 17-0. And now's where you got to watch out for them going the deep vertical routes here.
I was about to say, let's further take that nail in the coffin.
They can open up the field, lots of field to work with. 5 receiver set, empty backfield for Brandon Garza and the Harlingen Cardinals. Drops back, looks to throw, pushed out of the pocket, runs the ball down the left-hand side across the 40-yard line. Coaching staff on the Chargers sidelines wanting a hold. Garza ends up gaining 8 on the play. Good job coverage-wise downfield by the Chargers, but a better job by Brandon Garza of not forcing it, Kevin Naro. Didn't see anything. Use the run. We'll play another down.
And that's what you get out of a veteran quarterback like Garza. And you've seen the maturity in the quarterbacks this year throughout the Valley.
Second down play for the Harlingen Cardinals. Empty backfield once again for Garza. Second and short. Looks to throw. Waits. Runs again. Up the middle. Penalty flag in the secondary as he brings it across the Charger 45 down to the 42. And we shall see what transpires from the penalty. But Brandon Garza that time gets up beefing at an official as well. Back-to-back carries for Garza into Charger territory.
So there'll be 3 games scheduled for next Thursday, both live video and audio. The Edinburgh Bobcats will be taking on the Jaguars of Edinburgh, so a rivalry game there at Cat Stadium. Harlingen South against Brownsville Lopez, and the Roma Gladiators against PSJ Southwest.
They'll wave that penalty flag off. Not the first time we've seen that today. With 7:30 left in the ball game, Harlingen Cardinals leading 17-0. Will now have the ball at the 42-yard line of the Chargers. Back-to-back carries by Garza gets him here. He lines up once again in the backfield with nobody back there for protection. 5 receiver set. Man in motion right to left for the Cardinals. Garza drops back to throw. No pressure. Deep ball right side. And inside the 10, incomplete. Vasquez tried to climb the ladder. Gets up slowly.
Maybe got in a cobweb. He really made a valiant effort leaping up and trying to make that grab. Nevertheless, just the display of the athleticism we've seen from Vasquez.
This Cardinal receiving core certainly can put a highlight reel together in a hurry. They'll attend to Vasquez. While they do that, we'll step aside. Reminding you, Pigskin coming your way on valleycentral.com. 3 o'clock from San Benito and from La Jolla. Here is Brownsville Sam Stadium. 7:09 remaining. Cardinals lead 17-0 on valleycentral.com. Back here at Sam Stadium after the injury timeout. Cardinals have the ball 2nd and 10 at the Charger 42, and they want to throw again. Garza over the middle on a crossing route, ball deflected, intercepted. Penalty flag on the play, though. Chargers running it down the sideline, and finally out of bounds. Tackle made out of bounds. Intercepted pass, but watch the penalty flag across the field, Kevin Naro. This one may be against the defense.
It just may be, but once again, the Chargers really hanging in this football game. They're just letting these opportunities slide through their fingertips.
Garza already indicating this penalty is against the Chargers. Officials still discussing this at the 42-yard line. Now the offense appears to be coming off the field. We will see. It's a lengthy discussion. Ball was deflected, an interception. That's a fact. Penalty flag came about the time that the ball was corralled in by the defender. And so the discussion was wave it off again. When in doubt, wave it off.
Exactly. I had never seen it where the officials will wave off a penalty, yet alone throw the penalty flag and quietly pick it back up and put it in their back pocket.
Manny Gomez is out on the football field from the Harlingen Cardinals, and he wants somebody to explain, what did you see that you threw a penalty flag, and then how were you convinced that there was no penalty on the play?
It's somewhat reminiscent of a baseball game. You know, the manager heading out onto the field wanting an explanation from an umpire. Let's just hope he doesn't go Bobby Cox.
That was tip drill interception 101 with a penalty on the backside of it. Cardinal defense steps back on the football field. Thus far, they pitched a shutout. They lead this game 17-0. Chargers have had their opportunities but have not put any points on the board as this Cardinal defense just refuses to give up any points. Shotgun formation for Derek Rodriguez. Man in motion, he'll keep it himself. Running left-hand side, he'll get a couple. No more than that Coming in to make the hit was Adrian Vasquez. Second down and long coming up for the Chargers.
So the Saturday, unlike any other, I know some of the Brownsville fans have been accustomed to the double headers here at Sam's. This will be the only game scheduled.
I'll be back down here in Brownsville tonight for a monumental matchup at the NAIA volleyball level. Numbers 1 and 2 in the nation here tonight in Brownsville. Running play, nothing doing for Derek Rodriguez. UTB Lady Ocelots, ranked number 2 in the nation, taking on Concordia. 7 o'clock. They sold out last night as the Ocelots knocked off the number 3 team in the nation. Expecting a bigger crowd, if you can get a bigger crowd than sold out here today at UTB. 7 o'clock, the opening serve of that. You'll see highlights on Action 4 tonight at 10. Looking forward to that. No football, but hey, big-time volleyball. Third down play. Rodriguez, here comes a blitz. Gets rid of the ball. It's caught. Receiver makes one move down the sideline. Cardinals shut it down, though. Big-time pressure that time. Harlingen Cardinals bringing the house.
Yeah, they really brought the blitz there, and luckily for Rodriguez, he was able to find his check down man. Otherwise, he would have been on the turf.
Fourth down for the Chargers. Last time in this spot of the field, they went for a field goal, which was blocked. This time, 5:41 left in the ball game. They'll keep the offense on the field. They got to get it inside the 24 to get a first down. Rodriguez takes a snap, rolls out right side, looks, fires the ball downfield, caught inside the 20. That's out of bounds, or was it? They'll call it a catch. Zeke Marks reels it in. Moved the chains that time for the Veterans Memorial Chargers. First down, how about that? Fourth down completion. Nice graphics as well here in Brownsville ISD, showing the great catch. First down play for the Chargers. Derek Rodriguez, new set of downs on a shotgun. Sees a blitz coming left side. Runs with the ball to the right side. Ended up getting a yard. And I was watching away from the ball that time. Did you see how Omar Rodriguez picked up that blitzer?
Yeah, it's just tremendous, how these kids, how they study the game, and they're able to pick up the blitz pickups, and how effective it is, because if you miss your assignment, you'll have one unhappy quarterback.
Second down coming up for the Chargers. Play clock down to 18. They run out of the no huddle. Two receivers left side for Derek Rodriguez. Takes the ball, hands it off Omar Rodriguez. He's crushed. Down he goes at the 20. Two guys there to deliver the hit. Marcus Garcia, also Adrian Lopez.
There's 10 scheduled games on valleycentral.com for Friday's action, and plenty of good football games. So if you're unable to make one of these football games, go ahead and log on to valleycentral.com. We'll bring you live audio on the Friday night action. And
I know people that go to the games and tune us in for another game while they're watching one themselves. Third down play. Rodriguez rolls out for the Chargers. Looking, pressure, hit, sacked. Wanted to go downfield. Good coverage in the secondary by the Cardinals, and fourth down coming up for the Chargers.
A coverage sack there for the defense of the Cardinals, and this is a good defensive game for these Cardinals. The offense for the Chargers, they're no slouch. They can put up points, so let's go ahead and give some credit to the Cardinal defense.
Chargers will bring the field goal unit back on the field once again. Last time they tried a 40-yarder. This one will be just inside of that. They'll mark it down to the 28.5-yard line, so a 38-plus yard field goal attempt coming up here. Cardinals blocked the last one. Chargers trying to get on the board, trailing 17-0. Snapback's a good one. The kick is away. It's long enough. It's high enough. Through the wind. It's good. 38-yard field goal, and that's a heck of a kick by Diego Guzman.
Well, last Saturday I got to see Diego Guzman in pregame. He was kicking 40, 45, 50-yard field goals in pregame while we're walking on the sideline. So I'm not surprised there by their kicker.
Puts points on the board for the Chargers. 3:28 left in the ball game. Down 17-3. Now you bring your onside kick team on the field, Kevin Naro, and try to script out some big, lofty what-if scenarios.
Yeah, and they're going to need a lot of magic to be on their side if they want to pull off any sort of comeback, if they want to tie, let alone take a lead. But we go back, we circled that drop pass, and then we circled that touchdown run. That was negated by the penalty. So some big, big plays really holding back this Charger offense. But then you look back at it again and say, hey, we were able to keep up with a team like Harlingen.
By the way, we talked about the youth of the Veteran Memorial Chargers. The word out of Harlingen continues to be that watch out for the freshman group that's coming up. There's talk by some coaches and some in the mix of Harlingen it's the best ever to come through the Harlingen system. And if that's the case, look out. This Cardinal team could be lights out good again next year, far and above better than what they are this year, which is already real good. Onside kick attempt coming up by the Chargers. The kick is away. It's going to be scribbled through, but the Cardinals cover that easily. And with 3:25 left in the ball game, they'll send their offense back on the field. Last time they were picked off. Will they open it up again, Kevin, and try to score more points here in this ball game or get out of here with a win?
Well, I think they're just going to want to run that clock down. Right now the clock is their best friend. They're going to want to run the football, pick up a couple of first downs. Remember, the Chargers only have one timeout remaining.
Fourth quarter action here from Brownsville, Sam Stadium. Cardinals will have it 1st and 10. They'll go with a shotgun set. Fidencio Gonzalez stays in the ball game, and a penalty flag comes in before the snap. Delay a game, Cardinals. Five-yard penalty against Harlingen. It was a quick play clock, if that was the call. Still first down, now 15 yards to go for the Cardinals. Shotgun formation for Garza. Loads the left side with a three-receiver set. Drops back to throw. Looking, waiting, deep downfield, man wide open. Caught. Close to first down yardage. Mark Rosales again on the catch. Short of a first down.
He had Steven Goska wide open way down the field, but he elected to take his second option.
Rosales was there. Had he been able to maintain his footing once he made that curl move, he had some real estate to work with. Short second down play for the Harlingen Cardinals. This is where you open up the playbook. At the 47, it's 2nd and 1. Literally a free play. Trips receiver left. Single receiver right side. Quick swing pass right side. Gallegos catches it, gets a first down. Spins down to the 41-yard line of the Chargers. New set of downs for Harlingen. Victor Aguilar on the tackle. This Charger team doing this without the services of normal starting quarterback Marcus Castillo. Strained Achilles. Unable to go here today. First down play for the Cardinals of Harlingen. Brandon Garza hands it off. Nice room up the middle. Inside the 35-yard line, about an 8-yard carry for Gonzalez.
Well, the Cardinals will be taking on the Porter Cowboys next week in Harlingen. Meanwhile, the Chargers will take on Los Fresnos at Los Fresnos, which is a very big playoff, or a very big game with lots of playoff implications.
Second down play coming up for the Chargers. I talked about that during Sunday Sports Extra. That some of these football teams may have already lost the wrong game when they're looking at playoff scenarios. This Charger team may be in that mix. Hannah Golden Eagles. The other team right now fighting for that playoff spot in the fourth, and right now the Eagles own the tiebreaker over these Chargers.
This is going to be an interesting remaining, 3 weeks already. The season's really come and gone, and then we're going to start getting into the playoffs. And I've seen Port Isabel State ranked 9th in the state. So the Tarpons, again, looking to make another historic run as they did last year. And it was just amazing how we got to both follow them throughout the playoffs. You got to see that miracle comeback, and myself and Donig went up to Kingsville, saw them against Sinton in which that game was really a crazy game because the rain kept pouring about 2 hours before game time, and the turf really soaked in all that water. Luckily, or rather for both teams, were running offense, and so it was a tough task for the Tarpons. But came that second half, the Tarpons really opened things up, and they got that victory.
And then they got that next miracle come-from-behind victory the next week, and then took it to the next level. And this year, looking to do more. They hung a 62 spot last night on La Feria. Second down play for the Cardinals. This week coming up for that Port Isabel team, they're heading to Hidalgo, and there is Payback City written all over that one. Hidalgo came in and beat them last year. Pass play, Cardinals, pass completed. Inside the 25, down to about the 23. Last year, Hidalgo came to Port Isabel as a pass-oriented football team and just ran it down the Tarpons' throat. Since then, Port Isabel, I've talked to Monty Stumbaugh, their head coach, a couple of different times. He said, I've watched that film so many times, you don't even want to talk about it anymore. I'd love to play him again over and over. Well, they get to play him again. Hidalgo on the other side, I talked to them all preseason. All they talked about was they want the Tarpons, they want the Tarpons, they want the Tarpons. Well, they're coming Friday night in Hidalgo. First down play for the Cardinals. Garza rolls out right side, throws it right corner, tipped incomplete. Gallegos down there. Cardinals wanting to tack on more here, under a minute left in this ball game, up 17-3. Ed Couch, Elson, Mercedes. There's no. That's a small little matchup there on Friday night, wouldn't you say?
Oh, it's not one of the biggest, but meanest rivalries in the Valley, because when you get Ed Calchelsa squaring off against the city of Mercedes, it's war.
That's not a broadcast game at present. Pass play, wide open, end zone, touchdown Cardinals. Garza took a hit, but Vasquez had separation at least 10 yards beyond everyone. All he had to do was reel it in, make sure he was in the end zone, and he was. Touchdown, Harlingen.
Once again, it's really starting to look like the unbeatens between Harlingen South and Harlingen. And we talked about it last week. The winner of that game, what's the percentage of that team will win the district between South and Harlingen?
That will be for the only scenario that doesn't win the district in that ball game would be if Los Fresnos can stay in the mix and beat Harlingen South. If Harlingen South beats Harlingen, that's a lot of ifs. Extra point, good. Cardinals up 24-3. Go back to that Mercedes game. Who would have thought after a couple of games this season that Mercedes and Ed Couch, you thought Ed Couch, but that Mercedes would be setting unbeaten top of the district, getting ready for that game at Mercedes, by the way, when Ed Couch comes calling this week.
Yeah, it's going to be a phenomenal game, and I really think that staple win for Mercedes was the game you and I got to call over at Mission Vets against the Patriots. They really rallied around each other and pulled out a miraculous win, and ever since then they've been rolling. And in comes Ed Calchelsa, or their defense we got to see a couple weeks ago. You know, they have a really tough defense, and it's going to be a tough task for that offense of the Tigers.
I know it's not a broadcast game, but there's a big part of me that would love to be watching that ball game out there. And then factor in that there could be some emotional stuff going on there for Mercedes. Already an emotional football game anyway when the two square off. But I know that one Isaiah Garza is wanting to make an appearance at that football game. And that would be a huge, that would be kind of movie script kind of stuff. As he continues to make his comeback after the accident right before the season got underway. Cardinals up 24-3. They'll kick it off to the Chargers. Yallerson Castillo this time asked to do the kicking duties. He'll put it in the end zone. So the Chargers will take over 1st and 10. Well, we saw the Chargers in a similar game against Harlingen South, Kevin Narl. You felt like they were capable of playing with them, and yet they looked up in the scoreboard and it was a wide margin separated between the two teams.
And then to also factor in the youth that this team has. So if they're competing with teams like Harlingen, Port Isabel, and Harlingen South of the world, once they mature, you know, both physically and mentally as a football team, they're going to be a very good team down the road.
Cardinal defense on the field. The Charger offense up to the line on a first down play. Rodriguez wants to throw. Here comes the blitz. They set up a screen. He throws it incomplete. Lots of pressure that time by the Harlingen defense. Thanks again for joining us here on the broadcast at valleycentral.com. The archives for this one will be available after the conclusion. Our thanks to BISD and Channel 17 providing us with the video and a spot in the press box from which to do the game. Highlights of this one on Action 4 tonight, 6 and 10. Running play, Omar Rodriguez takes it out across the 30-yard line to the 34, about a 9-yard gain for the Chargers. And also, one more reminder that the Pigskin Band competition will be taking place today in the Rio Grande Valley, and will be streaming from both venues, San Benito and La Jolla. So your favorite band will be showcased on valleycentral.com. Third down play, running play, Rodriguez. Derek takes it out across the 35 on his feet to the 40-yard line. And that, with 8 seconds to go, should do it here today at Brownsville. Harlingen Cardinals come in. They were tested. They fought it out, and they won the ball game 24-3. Chargers will not snap the ball again. And so Kevin Narrow, this Harlingen team, does what they have to do, and they win rather convincing, 24-3 on the scoreboard.
We're going to pass out letter grades. I'm going to give an A+ to their defense. They really stepped up and answered the call. As for the Chargers, they're down but not out. They have a big matchup next week with huge playoff implications on the road against Los Fresnos. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll be taking on the Porter Cowboys, but really all roads lead to that Bird Bowl.
And that's coming in 2 weeks on a Friday. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast here on valleycentral.com from Sam's Stadium in Brownsville. Well, the Cardinals win this one 24-3. All the Cardinal fans celebrate again. You get another victory. Charger fans, keep plugging away. Your team's getting better, and they're young. That's Kevin Narrow. I'm Joe Bowling from Sam's Stadium in Brownsville. So long for just a little while.